Hi, this is Ernie Green, and I am here with the next member of our cast of Brigadoon, who I know very well. This is Ella Green. Full disclosure, Ella is my daughter, and she is coming to us from down in Nashville. Ella, welcome.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm so glad you're going to be joining us for Brigadoon. We just
me
talked
too.
to Emily Casey, and who is doing Fiona, and you are doing
Meg.
Meg, who's really quite a different character
Oh my
than
gosh.
Fiona. Fiona is this sweet, just this. She's a little sassy, but she's very
Hmm.
sweet, and she's looking for love. She's willing to wait to find her true love. And Meg, is this sort of saucy, lusty Scottish lass.
Yes,
And is the comic love story in this show.
totally. Yeah, I mean, I think, one of the fun things about doing Golden Age musical theater is that there's always these very clear archetypes. And I feel like you and I have talked about this um, in talking about shows that we've done together with live arts, but there are these very clear archetypes, and it's always just so fun to play with it because, yes, you do have Fiona, who is this longing, sweet, romantic role who yeah, is willing to wait and is willing to kind of do the right thing and stay the course. And Meg is just the complete opposite. And she really is not willing to stay the course. And she is like, I'm going to make any man fit into the mold that I want him to fit into because that's, my journey in my life. And I just think that's a
Right.
fun kind of duality to play with those girls.
Yeah, I think Meg is really wickedly fun.
Yeah, I mean with Meg too, I feel like the music is so reflective of kind of where she is and who she is and how she is.
Right.
And you really see it in the way that her songs are written. The same way that you do the way that Fiona's songs are written, right? They are that smooth lyric, almost lullaby type of song. And I mean, all of Meg's songs are in your face and kind of she's kind of a hard pill to swallow. She really is. I mean, she is nothing but herself,
Right.
and I think that's totally reflected in the style of, the way that the songs are written. The vocal style that the role calls for is very different than the vocal style that Fiona calls for because it wouldn't make sense if Meg and Fiona sounded the same singing all their material.
The other thing you talked about her being herself, one of the things that I always think about Brigadoon when you're gonna put this show up is that with Brigadoon, the women more than the men understand who they are
Oh
and
yeah.
what their path is. The men, it's kind of interesting to think about a show that was written in 1947,
Hmm.
where you've got the men who are, they're fine. There's no, they're great characters, but
Yeah.
really it's the women who kind of know
Oh,
where
absolutely.
they're going.
Yeah. And the search for love or whatever that looks like for all these characters, specifically I think driven by the women's side of the cast is
Right.
what drives the story, not as much the
Right.
men.
So much of this story is driven by this idea of the chorus
Mm.
having its own role, not just within the story itself. When you sing "Come Home with Bonnie Jean"
Hmm.
or my mother's wedding day, or all of these responses, but they also when they're singing this sort of wordless chorus, and then Brigadoon, and these sort of things where the chorus takes on the magical role, uh, when the town appears out of the mist, when it disappears, and when it appears again. The core musically, it's a very cleverly written show.
I love too that, Meg specifically, she's a villager, and the show doesn't try to make her more than that.
Right.
She's just a highlighted villager almost, and so she is very involved in the happenings of the town. She is just as much a member of the chorus as she is a member of the principal cast, which I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
is very, very cool because, it really allows you to see kind of the community of Brigadoon
Right.
and how all these key
Well,
players play into it.
yeah, and today in today's world, we sort of have this hierarchy between the principals and the ensemble.
Hmm.
And if you really go back earlier into the world of musical theater, those divisions were really much fuzzier.
Absolutely.
There was not this well, they're the principals, they only come in and sing a little bit here, but everything was very, very, very sort of homogenized. And
Hmm.
you just did Into the Woods at the Virginia Summer Theater in Charlottesville.
Hmm.
And Into the Woods is a great example of a musical where everybody is part of the ensemble.
Yeah, it's such a cool show because everybody is a part of the ensemble and everybody has a principal track as well,
Hmm.
which that was truly unlike anything I've ever done. I've been in ensembles and I've been in principal roles, and they've always been treated very differently. And
Right.
it was so cool to work on a show where from, day one, the conversations were, how do we as a team present this information as both a group and then as individual characters as we take the story on a
Right.
journey.
Well, this is going to be fun and it will be great to have you. And we've got a wonderful cast. You, Emily, Mike Schwitter, who you knew when you did South Pacific with me,
Hmm.
Toledo, with our friend Jim Norman. Jim and I have known each other. I was saying to Emily, we've known each other since we were undergrads at the University of Toledo. Although Jim will be very quick to tell you when I mention that he was a number of years behind me
Of
in
course.
and he is younger than I am. But Jim is coming to Quebec, and he directed South Pacific, which is where you and I both met Mike Schwitter, who is playing
Hmm.
Tommy. And we've got Thomas Hochla, who was just with Emily and I doing Yeoman of the Guard. So there's so many sort of woven together facets
Yeah.
of this production. It's really going to be fun. Of course, we have the full chorus of the Annapolis Chorale and the Annapolis Chamber Orchestra. And it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. This is one of my favorite shows. So listen, I got to do the shameless plug. September 26th and 27th at Maryland Hall. Both shows are at 7:30 p.m. You can go to liveartsmd.org and get tickets, or you can click the link at the bottom of this video. It will be there somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but our team works its magic and all of a sudden it magically appears. So please come and see this. This is an absolutely incredible show. And it's very rare that you get to see a show like this with a full orchestra and a full chorus on stage. Usually you get, four guys drinking coffee, playing keyboards.
Yeah.
Um, in this, you get a full string section, a full wind section. You get to hear it the way the composer originally conceived it. So, anyway, Ella, thank you.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. This is going to be so much fun. I will see you soon. And come and see us, everybody, September 26th, 27th at Maryland Hall. LiveArtsMD.org. Ella, thank you. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.